Good afternoon. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professions IGP. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professions IGP. Today I am a host for the afternoon. For the my name is Janatul Muriam. IGP is internationally recognized. We are connected to more than 100, 450 plus profession and 4,500 plus organization. Institute of Global Professions IGP and ISO 9001 2015 and 14002 2018 is the training facility to skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generated competent candidates to meet demand in the global level market by providing professional qualifications. The Institute of Global Professions is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve students and community resources providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skills just by acquiring formal education, so we provide training and consultation to generate professional generation all over the world. We distribute our services locally, national, international to students, job seekers, job holders, also learners with respect to respective campus location and distance learning platforms. We are an occupational institution and we are an occupational development institution. ICT is famous online institution from all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business, it's a part of our human right. From all over the world, our vision is education is not a business, so it's a part of our mission. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, awards, quiz competition, mentoring and counseling, etc. On the other side, we are also trying to offer more than 100 premium services for fields like creating our portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, and motivation letter, and knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge, which can upgrade all day, kids learning, games, websites, free courses, competition, and many. We have to empower youth to learn to make their expression and realistic and highly capable. Implement several training programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth and learners. The professional trainers, students, coaches, our session are conducted by globally renowned professionals who develop all kinds of care to promote the education of their abilities and personally spreading knowledge is the vision of the Institute of Global Profession. We believe that knowledge is lab-like vision, so we try to understand the needs of today's generation and we serve them with good research and practice methods. We must have a genuine concern. We must have a genuine. Now it's a very important moment for me to invite our speaker to IGP with his presentation.
platform as quickly as possible. William escorted his side of the city. Or
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, the stage is yours. Over to you.
Yeah, but I don't know why it worked. I don't want it to work. Okay. Greetings, everyone. Hello from everywhere around. I am Layal Ghaddar. I'm from Lebanon, and I'm glad today that I'm going to share with you one of the strategies or effective strategy that you can use in your classes as teachers. First of all, as you see that we have the title, which is Learning Whole Brain Styles. Of course, you're going to wonder why I have chosen such a title, putting learning at the beginning and styles at the end. Simply because learning styles is very important to be engaged while applying whole brain strategy. So you have to take into consideration that you have to vary in the methods in order to apply successfully the whole brain strategy. So let's start with, first of all, you have my QR code. If you want to know more about me, it takes you to my e-portfolio. Here are our objectives for today. We have to identify whole brain strategy. We have to determine the four learning styles, engage the four learning styles in the whole brain teaching, demonstrate the core components of whole brain teaching, and create activities that can engage or cooperate whole brain teaching with the learning styles and that addresses all the learning styles of the students. So here is a word request. I want you please to type words that you can find or you can explore things inside the class. So I'm waiting for your answers. You can type them on the chat, please. And I'm going to read them aloud whenever I see a word that you have typed. Take 1 minute to explore this word quest in order to find out the words that speak about a class or describes a class. So I'm waiting for your answers. Very good. Busy. Yes. What else? Engage. Excellent. More words. Busy. Exactly. Adapt. Brilliant. Continue, please. I'm waiting for more words. Engage. Exactly. Yeah. Adapt. More, please. Any other words that you have explored in this word quest? Brain. Very good. Adaptive. Yeah. Great. Okay. Deal. Oh, you mean idle? Yes. Active. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Idle. Idle. It's not. Yeah. It's idle. Okay. I'm really glad that you're all participating. Pupil. Very good. Yes. Collaborative. Excellent. Okay. Thank you for participating. Safe. Exactly. Thank you for participating in this word quest. Your answers are all correct. Let's continue. So, to introduce our presentation today, first of all, as I said, it is a teaching methods that takes you into account in different learning styles of students. And it uses the strategies to engage all the four parts of the brain. So again, it is a teaching method that you can use inside your class in order to first of all, satisfy the learning styles of the students inside the class, and at the same time, use the strategies that engage all the 4 parts of the brain. So, what is whole brain strategy? Whole brain strategy, as I said, it is a method that engages all the learning styles. And at the same time, it can have a very effective environment inside the class. Your students will be more excited waiting for your session to just come, because they are so excited to make activities with you, with their friends, and so on. Here, I want you now, take just 5 minutes, create your own lesson plan. Just I want the objectives of this lesson plan. If you want, you can take 5 minutes to type them on the chat, and I'll be here to check them and put it aside, because we're going to discuss it after a while. So go ahead, please take 4 to 5 minutes just to set your objectives. If you want to prepare a lesson, okay, just write your objectives, write the objectives of this lesson. And I'm waiting your answers on chat, please. I prefer that if you have a piece of paper or something, please write them there, because you're going to go back to them. Okay, this is one of the objectives. Very good. I'm waiting for more. You can just write 2 or 1, okay? It's not necessary to write all the objectives. So students perform the fundamental operations of numbers. So you're a math teacher, okay? Waiting for more answers, objectives. Define midpoint, apply midpoint, okay? Engage students with hands-on activities. Very good, brilliant. Okay, one more answer, please. Yeah, okay. So the lesson is midpoint theorem. Okay, thank you, dear Tahani. And Nympha, Aiza, thank you for sharing. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Smart objectives should be used, exactly. Measurable, especially whenever we want to set any objective, it should be measured, okay? It should be set in a measurable way. Okay, one more objective. I'm still waiting. It's okay, we still have time, 2 minutes, I will continue. Hi. Exactly, objectives should be measurable, achievable, reliable, and relevant time bound. Very good. Brilliant. Okay. That the students solve the real-life problem involving the four fundamental operations. Great. Thank you for sharing. Thank you a lot. So I want you to keep the objectives that you have just designed or wrote aside to continue, because we're going to go back to them. Let's continue. So as you see, we have four learning styles. We have visual, we have auditory, reading, writing, and kinesthetic. Let's just briefly talk about each style together. Visual. We already know from the name of this style that visual learners are learners that learn through visual. They like to watch videos, they like to see charts, pictures. This is their own way. This is the way they understand. This is the way they organize the information in their heads, and the concepts really get better in their minds. So this is how visual learners learn. We have the auditory. Auditory learners can learn best when hearing or listening, okay? They involve themselves in discussion and lectures, and they benefit a lot from reading and discussing concepts. They are so amazing by answering questions, by entering with for example, debate with their peers, etc. They are also they know how to write the main points of what they have read, or if they want to ask or answer any question. So they are good listeners. We still have reading, writing. Reading, writing, from the title also, it's clear that such learners organize information by creating outlines and summarizing the essential points. Also, they brainstorm ideas, and they are very good in reading and writing notes. So this is the way they really learn and remember the information that they have taken before. And the last one, which is the kinesthetic. Kinesthetic learners are learners that learns on hands-on activities. They like to experience things like touch, feel. They control objects. They like to control objects. This is the way they benefit from, or this is the way they like to learn. Okay, so it's very good for students who are really hyperactive in the class. Really, such students really enjoy the activities the activities that are hands-on activities, okay, that they can experience it by moving inside the class, by doing things, using their hands. So it's very important that hyperactive students are really students who usually kinesthetic learners, okay. So now I have objectives here. As you see, design a presentation that captures the main points, comprehend what is heard, discuss the importance of smartphones, identify new vocabulary words using pictures, and create a respiratory system using different materials. I want you to sort these objectives according to the headings that you can see in front of you. We have the visual, we have auditory, reading, writing, and kinesthetic learners. So please go ahead, just write A. If it's visual, write A, B, or C, D, or E, okay? No need to write all the sentence, so we won't waste your time. So you have 1 minute to sort, 2 minutes to sort the following objectives. Yeah, exactly, Tahani, exactly. You're speaking totally right. So kinesthetic learners, yeah, they are psychomotor skills. Exactly, we can apply the psychomotor skills. So please, I'm waiting for your answers on the chat also to sort the following objectives according to the headings that you have in front of you. So you just have to write the letter, no need to write the whole sentence. So I'm waiting for your answers. Very good. Exactly. Lymphatics, very good. Yes, your answer is correct. So visual is, or identify, objective D, identify new vocabulary words is a visual objective that satisfy a visual learner. Very good. Excellent. Yes. Objective B is auditory because they are good listeners. Exactly. Okay. D. Yes, Isa. D is what? Which learning style? Which learning style does it satisfy? Visual. Very good. Exactly. So we still have A, C, and E. I'm waiting for your answers. Exactly. Yes, Tahani. Yes. E is kinesthetic. Exactly. Yes. Yes, Evelyn, Isa. Exactly. C, discuss the importance of smartphones. It can be visual and it also because they are discussing the importance. So these learners are reading writing learners also because they usually write the main points of the importance of smartphones. And you can also it can also work with the visual learners by, for example, displaying a video for them about smartphones and ask them to write the importance of smartphones. C, yes, exactly, Isaiah. Yes. Okay. A is visual. Design a presentation. Exactly. Exactly. Visual, maybe D. Okay, yeah, it worked. It works, yes, because visual learners are watching what their friend are presenting. Their friends are presenting. E, auditory, because they are listening. B and C, reading, writing, exactly. And kinesthetic is E. Excellent, excellent. B is reading, yes. B is reading, writing, you mean? Comprehend what is heard. B is auditory because they are good listeners and they write notes according to what they have heard. Okay? Okay, thank you a lot for participating. Your answers are totally correct. Let's continue. Now, uh, I will, at the end of the session, this is, you can just take the link, okay? So you can check which type of learner you are. It's very important to know yourself which type of learner you are. So please capture the link, and at the end of the session, you can just check yourselves which type of learner you are. You can do this for your students, by the way, by using simple questions, so they will be able to answer. Okay. Now, according to this video, we're going now to watch a video, okay? A teacher who's applying such a strategy, whole brain strategy, and at the same time satisfying the four learning styles. So let us watch it. Okay, let me share it first. Okay, I'll stop sharing here. Okay, and I'll share this one. Don't know if you can see it. Okay. So let me again share here. I don't know what happened. Okay. I want the video, please. No, the video. There's a video. Yes. Yes. I want it, please. Play it. Okay. Thank you. So please watch this video.
Boring! And class
Love the crazy.
at first thought of their plan.
The crazy.
Can you all
I
hear?
think you better get them out and be quick
Please
about it, because the train will soon
Make
be
a
starting.
live show, like
The officer ordered
promotion
it
just
is
to
against the
know
rules
what
to
to
let
watch.
a man take his slave past here.
As far as I am concerned, everybody must look after their own slaves. Wherever he stored life, Ellen was frightened. She feared that William had been kidnapped into slavery or perhaps killed.
Next, I tell them to occasionally ask each other questions, teach each other about what they've read.
Where did Ivan take his pure Russian salt? A storm hit his ship and sent him to an island where a king lived, and he sold all of the salt to a king. Okay. How much did the king give him for this salt? The king gave him 1 measure of gold for 1 measure of salt, and then 1 measure of silver for 1 measure of salt. Who's the main character of the story? Who's the main character of the story? The main character of the story was Ivan the Fool.
What's the story about?
Who's the illustrator? Okay, so what did he find on an island when he was sailing? What happened when Ivan came back to the island? What did Ivan find on the mountain? Ivan found on the mountain white salt. What did Ivan put into every stew? Ivan put salt in every stew. Did the king like the stew? Yes, the king loved the stew. What did the king think the salt was at first? The king thought the salt was at first just white sand.
Kids are learning a lot in this game.
So, after you have watched this video, can you tell me what benefits or positive impacts was on the students in the class? Please. So after watching this video, what positive impacts you have seen in the students, in this class, in this busy, effective class? Engagement, excellent. So we have to speak about the benefits here. Yes. So there was engagement. What else? All are learning at the same time. Exactly. So busy class. We don't have audience here. Can you see any student who's sitting doing nothing? All the students are engaged. They are all learning at the same time. Exactly. They learn something from each other. Yes, exactly. Collaboration. Very good. So at the same time, students here, collaborative students. Yes. Amazing, busy class. Yes, it is. This is really how should our classes be. Seriously. I've experienced this with my students, and it was amazing. Really, I enjoy my session with them because I see them all busy, working, benefit from each other. It's really amazing to see that all your students are working without seeing audiences, or a shy student who doesn't know how to interact or share with you. In this way, he's not going to be shy from his friend. Instead, he's going to share his idea, even if it's wrong, because his friend is over there to correct and help him enhance his skills or his answer. Yes, they are sharing, exactly. So they are cooperative. Yes, that's right. Excellent. Yes, thank you. So now let's go to the benefits interactive class. That's right. Let's go now to a new slide. Please, can we go to a new slide? Yes. Okay, I want to go to the benefits. So let's check the benefits. Okay. So please, can you take me back to the benefits? To this next slide. Next slide, please. Here you're also working on the 21st century skills because you're working with communication and collaboration. They reflect each other. Excellent. Brilliant answers. Exactly. Tahani, Tahno, and Rawina. Yes, exactly, Rawina. Yes. Please, any help here? I need to go back to the slide. Yes, thank you. So, as you all mentioned, these are the benefits of using this whole brain strategy or whole brain teaching, or to have a whole brain class. We have alters different learning methods. As you see that the teacher here tried his best to alters all the different learning styles, enhances important life skill. Students are trying to bring the words that they are reading into life. They are expressing them using their gestures, using their voice dramatically. Satisfy for engage all the students, as you said, and creates effective learning environment inside the class. Great. Now, as we already know that a strategy has key elements, or let's say techniques, okay? In order to know what are these techniques, we're going to briefly speak about them. We have 4 important techniques for whole brain teaching. We have the attention getter, we have the brain engager, we have the, sorry, I can't see it clearly. Okay, and we have the, sorry. Okay, yes, thank you. And we have the collaborative learning and self-instruction. Let's go now to everyone in details. So, mirroring. As you see from the name of the word mirroring, we already know that it is something that the student should repeat after the teacher. But should I repeat it in a traditional way, that by asking a student to raise their hands and ask them to repeat what I have said? No. Of course, there are different activities that we have to go on in order to ask students to repeat what the teacher have said. It makes the learning experience more interactive and more memorable. The mirroring technique can be practically effective for learners who have a strong preference for kinesthetic and visual learning styles. So mirroring is very important to those 2 learners, or to those 2 learning styles. So again, it is something that on an activity that you have to do after things that you have spoken about. Probably if you were explaining a new vocabulary words, okay, you can make an activity again, okay, and check if the students really know or repeat the meaning in a different way, in a very interactive way, okay, by letting them move and search for the new word, for the meaning again, by ask them to use them in sentence. This is a way to mirror the things that you have said or done inside the class. The second element is called choral response. Choral response, it is also engage the students inside the class. Especially, I use such technique while I'm giving a reading lesson. It is a technique that the entire class respond to a question directly in the middle of the learning process. In the middle of the learning process, not after I finish, I pause in order to ask and then I continue. or the students who are working in something continue. So we have to be very careful that our classes should be student-centered, by the way. So it engages students to answer questions while they are in the middle of a learning process. I use this during reading lesson skill. For example, if they are listening to a text, so I pause or I stop the audio in order to ask questions. Our school usually provide for our students whiteboards. So I ask them to write their answers on these whiteboards and raise them up. In this way, I'm engaging all the students. I'm using the whole brain teaching technique, and I'm trying my best to satisfy at least all the learning styles. Here, usually, I satisfy mostly the reading, writing, and auditory learning styles. It's okay if we, in this activity, satisfied only 2 learners, because another activity is going to come again in order to satisfy more and other learning styles, okay? Now, we still have 2 techniques. Class yes. So class yes, it's a technique that grabs students' attention. So I usually, when my students are busy working together, interacting together, sharing ideas, and I want to grab their attention back because I need to say something important to take into consideration or to keep it in their minds, I just have to say class, class, and they will directly say yes, yes. So this is a very nice technique to grab their attention instead of shouting or instead of calling their names. This is something really they'll find it interesting by also listening to you. And another technique that I usually use is by clapping. I clap 3 times and they do the same again. So in this way, all the students start to get attention to you in order to check what you want to say, okay? So do you have any other technique that can grab the students' attention? Anyone who would like to answer based on your experiences? So I'm waiting for your answers. How can you grab the students' attention? Using the whole brain strategy, by the way, instead of other than class yes or clapping. Any other way that you have? Yes, mind mapping, digital tools, excellent, yes. What else? Thank you, Tahno, thank you. So they are all working together, okay, exactly. What else? If I want to grab their attention, Cogulate, yes. If I want to grab their attention in order to listen to me, what's another way that is really beneficial to them? They'll find it interesting. So waiting for your answers, please. Knocking the board, very good, nice one. Scaffolding, yeah. Maybe a sudden music, brilliantly, exactly, very good. Thank you. Now, the last technique, which is hands and eyes. This is a technique that involves using, and they are cooperative class students, exactly. Isa, yes. So this technique involves using hand gestures and eye contact to communicate with students. So giving, yes, Tahno, you added giving different objectives for different groups. Very good. This is a way also. Yes, exactly. So hands and eyes. Hands and eyes is another technique in whole brain strategy or teaching. It is, for example, to just have an eye contact with the student instead of calling his name in front of everyone and makes him really shy and his cheeks start to get red. Why should I do this with my student? Why should I just let him be embarrassed in front of everyone? No. In a way, I can just make an eye contact to him in order to grab his attention to me, or to, in a way or another, make him work with his friends again. Okay, giving them an outdoor activities as some students got bored inside the class. Of course, this is very important. You can apply this strategy outside the class, putting the head, okay, patting, yes, patting the head of the students, exactly. And so this hands and eyes involve gestures and eye contact. For example, there is something really amazing also that usually students, when they finish their task, the task that you have given them, When they finish, they just say, teacher, I have finished. Of course, we all have been through this. So instead of saying or listen to 25 students saying, I have finished, why don't I just teach my students something really effective by letting them do the sign? This is a gesture sign that shows that my students have finished. This sign. I teach them, or I try to set a routine at the beginning of the year of things that we have to deal together about in order not to annoy others by saying I have finished. And this is one of the classroom managements. So by doing this, I'll know that my students have finished. This is a technique that all the class will be involved in doing it. And at the same time, it will not make any distraction for other students. Okay? Now, challenges and solutions. As you see, our friend Tahno just mentioned in the chat that this site, Kaggle, it's a site that you can brainstorm ideas. It's very effective and really amazing site. If you can, I want you now to open it. Take 5 minutes to open it. If you can't, you could just type the challenges over here and we'll suggest some solutions to these challenges. Of course, for each technique and strategy that we have to apply in the classroom, we may face challenges. And every challenge, of course, we have a solution to it. So please type down the challenges that you may face while applying such a strategy. Waiting for your answers. Take 5 minutes. It's okay. Maybe noise. Okay. So I'm just going to read the challenges and then we'll speak about the solutions for these challenges. So take your time in typing them or thinking about them. So I'm waiting for your answers. You can type them. You can type one by one. It's okay. So your friend Tahno said that maybe noise, probably a noisy class. Yeah, sometimes it happens. What else? Interest of the students. Sometimes our activity or the teacher plan an activity that doesn't interest all the students. It happens. Yes. What else? More, please. The topic. Okay. Physically present but mentally absent during class discussion. Yeah, it happens. Okay. Okay. According to your answers, first, let me start by noise. If my classroom management, excellent. Exactly. So the noise, exactly. This is what I'm going to speak about. I have, of course, while applying such a strategy, the students will be so busy, they will interact with each other, sleepy. Okay, but I don't think while applying such a strategy, you'll find sleepy students inside your class. Be sure about this. No sleepy students while applying whole brain strategy. I'm speaking about it based on my experience. No sleepy students because they are always busy. You're making them busy. So let me start by class management or noise. Classroom management. Here, the teacher is really should be very careful for not the go in a way that she can't grab their attentions anymore. So whenever you find that the students are started to make noise, okay, I can, in a way or another, time management. Excellent. Yes, yes. That's right, Kyla. Okay, so class, okay. So according to what you have said, classroom management, whenever I feel that my students started to be uncontrollable, I just try to grab their attentions again back and speak to them in a way that, I mean, using the techniques that I have just spoken about, by clapping, by putting music, by knocking on the board, by saying class, class. So in order to avoid the distraction or noisiness, okay? So you have to be careful here how to manage your class in order not to distract or annoy other classes. Time management. Time management, of course, we have to be careful while preparing our lesson plan. We usually have to prepare two main activities that will not take the whole session, because we already know that whenever we want to prepare a lesson plan, we have a warm-up and wrap-up activity, and at the middle, the main activities. So you have to be very careful according to your time management by applying the activities that will not let the students really feel free by taking their time in doing that task. You can set a timer, as I have now a timer. Okay, you can set a timer, you can hold a timer, okay, and ask them to finish on after 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And the group that will finish first, gonna take a point on the motivation chart, for example. This will encourage and support and motivate students to finish on time. Okay, and also you have to be careful in preparing your lesson plan according to time management. Flexibility of teachers, of course, teacher plays the most important role in applying this strategy. She has to create an effective environment, motivation environment, in a way that really let the students feel excited, interactive, and really motivated to work, because he's going to take a point probably, or a +1, or the teacher is going to clap out loud for him. So it's very important to do this also. We have adaptability. Adaptability, it is very important to take it into consideration also. Sometimes we cannot satisfy all the learning styles, but in a way or another, we can vary with the methods that we're teaching inside our class. Okay, teacher training. As I said, teacher is very important to be trained for using such a strategy by attending training sessions, by watching videos, by reading about it. So we have to keep the teachers always adapted to new strategies and methods in order to be applied in our classroom for a better environment and a better effective learning for the students. And assessments and evaluations. Of course, assessments and evaluations is very important to be. Assessments and evaluations, very important to use two kinds of assessments, the formative and summative. For example, whenever I finish explaining an objective, it's very important to evaluate or assess the student if they really achieved this objective or not yet. Okay. What else? We have a classroom environment. We have spoken about it, and that's it. So these are mainly the challenges that the teacher may face. So we have to take into consideration such things and put them in front of us while designing our lesson plan. Now it's your turn to create a whole brain activity after we have finished discussing everything related to whole brain activity. It's your turn to create a whole brain activity using one of the learning styles. So take your time, 5 minutes. I'll set the timer. Take 5 minutes to write an activity here. Type it on the chat. Okay, trying to satisfy one of the learning styles with the whole brain teaching or strategy. So go ahead, and I'll be waiting for eagerly your answers. So waiting for your answers. Of course, you can take your time. You still have 4 minutes. Think of any activity that satisfies one of the learning styles. Of course, using the strategy of whole brain. Hi, January. Hi, movies. So I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, here we have Rowena. Ask students to do a reflection on the movie they have watched. This will fall for auditory and writing learning styles. Okay, very good. This is one activity. Excellent. Thank you, Rowena. Thank you a lot. So, a reflection by writing important things about it or by asking a specific question they have to answer after watching this video. Of course, it satisfies the auditory and reading, writing, and also the visual ones, right, Rowena? It satisfies the visual learners because they learn by watching. They are visual. Okay, so you integrated 3 learning styles in one activity. Really great. This is how we have. It's really simple. Have just to think of it, and it will be really simple. We can also engage all the 4 learning styles in one activity, by the way. So I'm still waiting for more answers. 3 minutes. Sorry, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and we'll end our session for today. Waiting for more answers. Okay. So, picture analysis. Let the students identify the things or object of the same group. Topic set. Okay, so which learning style does it satisfy? Please, can you tell me? Which learning style does it satisfy? Let the kids explore. Okay, area, encourage them to use their senses, such as observing with magnifying glasses or using, okay, to spot birds. This may enhance kids' observation and investigative. Okay, very good, Kyla. Yeah, exactly. Okay, which learning style does it satisfy, Kyla? Reading, writing, visual. Exactly, Nympha. Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, Kyla, which learning style does it satisfy? Such an activity. It's really interesting. So it's an outdoor activity, okay, that encourage them to use their senses by observing with magnifying glasses. So this is, I guess, I'm waiting for your answer, Kyla. Which of the learning style does it satisfy? Senses to touch and feel certain items during the hunt. Okay, so it's kinesthetic, right? Usually such learners like to experience by touching and feeling things. Yes. Treasure hunt activity, wherein students will find the pictures of treasure that's scattered around the classroom that will be part of the discussion. Excellent. Exactly, Rowena. Very nice. Effective. Really. Brilliant. Thank you a lot for sharing these amazing creative activities. I'm really glad that you really participated with me today with this. Yeah, we were all sharing with me and participating all over here. Thank you a lot. So, as a conclusion, to wrap up or end up our session, our exploration of teaching and learning styles shows us that everyone learns differently. As we already have spoken together and discussed shared answers, everyone has his own style to learn. We don't have lazy students. We don't have students that are not capable to do anything. No, every student has a key, and we have to find this key. We have to find this key by doing different types of methods, by doing anything that may excite the students around. Okay, so by using various methods, we can make sure that everyone gets the best education possible. Let's keep updating ourselves and the approaches so that learning becomes an exciting journey for every student. Thank you a lot. If you have any question, I'm already here to answer. Thank you a lot for sharing, for being here today. I'm so proud and I'm so glad that also I'm one of the teachers that presenting such a strategy to you. I hope you get really benefit from what I have said and explained together. As you see, it was an interactive workshop, so we have explained and discussed things together. Thank you a lot. So any question you would like to ask before we close? Thank you. Thank you, Isa. Thank you for participating as well. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seeker surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seeker can learn something new, which was our only intention. Learn and grow together, IGP knowledge seeker. Once again, thank you so much, ma'am, for your presentation. Now, ma'am, it's time for our question answer session, which is the one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please stay with us. After a short video, we will be back in our session part 2, which is the question answer part. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition.
IGP knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP
Okay.
knowledge seeker, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speaker. Thank you. After question answer, we have a webinar certification and online quiz competition.
Okay. According to the question, can we call the whole brain teaching the same as multisensory learning? Whole brain teaching and multisensory learning are related concepts, but they are not exactly the same. Okay, because multisensory learners refers to the approach of using multiple senses such as seeing, hearing, touching, and sometimes even tasting or smelling. Okay, the other question here, okay, let me just check it. Okay, can we call the whole brain? Can we call, yes, can we call the whole brain teaching? Sorry, I can't see it, okay.
The question is, can we call
Yeah,
the whole brain
teaching
as multisensory learning?
Does whole brain teaching learning apply multiple intelligence by Howard Gardner? Okay, so according to Howard Gardner, no, whole brain teaching, of course, yes, it can, of course. Some of the encouraging activities for students will consume much time. How can you manage to get your students' interest without an overtime? Simply, we have to design our lesson plans in a way that we don't have to make the activity more than 10 minutes. We don't have to take all the activity more than 10 minutes, and we have to be careful for the timer. We have to set a timer in front of us and tell the students that they have this time or just a few minutes in order to finish. So this is your own way to be careful in checking the timer every time you want to do any activity or a whole brain teaching activity.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your answer. Now our next question is from Rihanna. Some of the encouraging activities for a student will consume much time. How can you manage to get your students' stress into an overtime?
Yeah, I've already answered it. You have to set the timer. You have to inform students that they have this time to just finish their task in order to participate and share their ideas. Maybe it will depend to the needs of the students. Of course, this is very important to take into consideration while designing a lesson plan. We have to to check the students' needs. Even if they needed 2 minutes more, it's okay. I can give them 2 minutes more and go on with my lesson. Any more questions?
No, ma'am, there is no more questions. So once again, thank you so much, ma'am, your time in IGP. We have learned a lot from you with new topic. It will add some value to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
You're welcome.
Honorable ma'am, before we move to the next webinar certification process, if you want to leave this studio, you can. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will be back with our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Dear IGP knowledge seeker, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. Please make sure you presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is a learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the quiz. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. For your attention, I'm going to share the procedure again. Visit www.edioigp.com. Please make sure your presence on our website. Find a learning session and get enrolled. After watching completing part 1, click mark as complete. Move to the next, which is a learning test passing mark 80%. If passed, back to the course again to download your certificate. If failed, to retake the course. Download your certificate in PDF or JPG. Dear IGP Knowledge Seeker, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Quiz and the code is 324247. I repeat the code 324247. After a short video, we will start our quiz session. Reciprocal pair tutoring. People are right here in the leaderboard. Our second question is whole brain teaching is option 1 call and response, option 2 yellow card. Option 1 is the right answer. 94% people are right here in the leaderboard. Flami is holding the first position. Our third question is whole brain teaching is option 1 raise your hand for permission to speak, option 2 behave church. Option 1 is the right answer. 65% people are right here in the leaderboard. Flami is holding the first position. Our fourth question is whole brain teaching techniques. Option 1 word for every teacher. Option 2, require the class to mirror the teacher. Option 2 is the right answer. 80% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Flami is holding the first position. Our fifth question is, whole brain teaching helps. Option 1, make Mrs. Bill's life easier. Option 2, with engagement and retention. Option 2 is the right answer, and 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Alex is holding the first position. Our sixth question is, whole brain teaching is. Option 1, the best. Option 2, Apple. Option 1 is the right answer. 100% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Alex is holding the first position. Our seventh question is, whole brain teaching refers to. Option 1, teaching by fractions with whole brains. Option 2, teaching by engaging the entire brain. Option 2 is the right answer, and 90% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Alex is holding the first position. Our eighth question is, what is whole brain teaching? Using my brain to think. Option 2, structured classroom management and teaching strategies. Option 2 is the right answer, and 75% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Alex is holding the first position. Our second last question of the session is, who created whole brain teaching? Option 1, Mrs. Sandil. Option 2, Cheers Breath. Option 2 is the right answer. 95% people are right here. In the leaderboard, Alex is holding the first position. Our last and final question of the session is, what is whole brain teaching? Option 1, an approach designed toward maximizing student engagement, a guessing game where players have to guess the object. Option 1 is the right answer, and 100% people are right here. So congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group, Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group, Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our online quiz competition winner top 10. Congratulations again. We will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. After that, we will issue our online quiz competence certificate on our official Facebook page and group, Institute of Global Professionals. At the end of our session, we can say, properly feed your skill. Never stop learning, cause life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want your participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, try to go on the people of things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the like button, I again want to thank all RGP knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you again in the next session. Thank you.